With a sledgehammer.
With a sledgehammer.
Nobody's on because they expect us to be 5 minutes late.
They're probably like, these guys are going to be, 5 and 15.
We just learned it from the best.
I mean, technically, we're live at, 2:15 with our one bud.
We're live at 2. We're on time today.
Oh, yeah, true. We are on time. We got one eyeball. Everyone else is in disbelief.
Oh, that just went from 1 to 3.
I'm telling you, everyone.
It's Abby.
Oh, what's up, Abby? I'm telling you, everyone's in disbelief.
How's Johnstown today, Abby?
We're gonna see if we can actually see comments today. That would be huge.
Simba? Can we get a test comment? Send an emoji. Oh, dead. Okay, cool. Great.
We can see comments.
Woot! At least Abby's.
Yeah, true.
So here we are, on time. Can you hardly believe it?
Man.
I know I can't. And we got a pretty stellar Super Nintendo lot in today. So we're just going to run through some of that stuff. Well, actually all of it. It was some really good stuff. Some people found it in their closet or basement or attic or whatever. And they're moving to Florida and they just wanted to dump it for cash money. So we are, as usual, short-staffed today, so Matty Ice will be popping back and forth as, he's required. So we'll just start off. I'll leave some of the easy stuff for him since he's just a wee little child and didn't play some of this awesome stuff from back in the day. We'll start it off with 2 games that are pretty similar. I actually thought the one was was something different, but apparently I was mistaken. So, we got in a copy of Gradius 3, or Gradius, whichever you prefer, tomato, and Super R-Type. So, for those of you that are unfamiliar, these are I don't want to say rail shooters, but you're like a little spaceship dude, and you fly all around, and you get all kinds of lasers and power-ups, kind of like legendary wings on the original Nintendo, or some other stuff that I just can't seem to think about right now. So, pretty cool games. I want to say they're in the less than 20s, but more than 10. They're definitely showcase games, but they're not super expensive. Ton of fun. I'm pretty sure they're co-op. So, if you're looking for that, something to do with your buds or your significant other. Man, it's bright. Yeah, dude, it's because the light of God is shining down upon me. I don't really know what's going on. Hi, Jeff. Is that better, Jerry? Chris always yells because all you see is the ceiling, but I don't know what to do. I can't make either of you happy. I'm gonna quit. Can't speak to it. This one, next guy. Let's do trivia for $5 store credit. All right. Sure, I could cook something up for you, but this one I got is pretty excited. So we're back. A Dinosaur Story. Man, Matt, I don't know what's up with your phone. It's weird. Keeps making it bright and...
My phone?
Both of our phones. If I put something up here, it makes it real bright, and then I bring it down. It's strange. Can't speak to it.
Can't speak to it.
But this is We're Back. You guys remember this movie? Simba, you better remember this movie. But it's, they made it a game. I think it's on Genesis too, right, Matt? Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Sure.
Garrett goes, ask our buds here to tell you what color Matt Blake's socks are.
Oh, man.
I bet you. I give you one guess, Jerry. One guess.
One guess.
They aren't white. But, yeah, this is just kind of... Actually, the gameplay style kind of reminds me of, Toy Story.
I think it's actually pretty fun.
It's not bad. The mechanics are rough. It's kind of clunky. It's not super quick or anything like that. But super cool game. Not nearly as good as this little gem of Joe and Mac. Super dope. Oh, look who's back. You get them going.
I'll get you going.
Get them going? What do you got for me? Some black socks.
Black socks. They were black.
Man, could have called that with being blind, couldn't you?
Man.
Joe and Mac, really cool platformer. It reminds me a lot of like Bonk.
Yeah.
But you play as Joe and or Mac, and it's like a prehistoric Mario Brothers. Super dope game. A lot of fun. I think it's like, man, black is his soul, isn't it? I can't speak to it.
No butch.
Rest in peace. But Data East popped this gem out. There is a sequel. It's significantly more expensive. I think this guy only pops for about 20. The sequel, I believe, goes for like 40 to 50. But yeah, definitely worth checking out if you are into side-scrolling platformers.
Dork Ryan on our Instagram says, which location are you guys at? We are currently at the Altoona location here in
Altoona.
Altoona.
Imagine that.
Wow.
So I gave Matt the easy ones. There's like your Marios, your Donkey Kongs, your Turtles, your things like this. But I put one in there specifically because he always goes on and on and on about how he loves Monopoly. So I figured if he likes Monopoly, he probably likes all board games. So let's hit him with
Clue.
the Candlestick and the Colonel Mustard.
The Colonel Mustard
in the game store.
With the candles.
With the Guitar Hero guitar.
Man, I personally have never played Clue.
Ever? Like, at all?
I mean, I've played Clue, but
Okay.
like, it's been years and years since I played Clue. Like, I couldn't tell you any of the people that were on Clue. I know Mustard, I know, like, some of the weapons were, like, the candlestick, the pistol, a knife, and some of the rooms in the house were, like, the dining room, the kitchen, the,
well, I mean, those are the kind of rooms I have in my house.
I mean...
I don't know about you. Maybe you got, like, I don't know, secret, like, dungeon or something.
Been known.
But yeah, it's like, every lot, you could get a lot, and it literally has all stellar stuff, and there's just one dud. Always just some dud in there.
Could be a sports game.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those that come in.
This was Clue.
This one was Clue.
Get your board game knowledge up, son. I agree with Matt Hicks. Man.
I'm sorry, Matt.
We're gonna go play board games with couples every Saturday.
Alright, I'm down. I'm down with that. Couples better be ready though. Cross him up.
I don't think his friends are gonna like us very much.
Cross him up in some Monopoly. I think Clue's only like a $5 game.
Oh,
if
dude,
that.
$3, man. Wow. To steal it right from Jerry's vocabulary, that is grossly offensive.
Yeah, it is. The other one that came in the lot was a Super Scope game, which
is Super Scope 6.
Best game on the library, I tell you what. But you need the Super Scope to play, obviously. He's dying. Like, what else do you need to say? It's a game. It's a shooting game, but it's nothing.
It's a light gun game, yeah, pretty
it's
standard.
Nothing spectacular.
All right, next I got are just some gems. You guys remember Gem?
I remember Gem.
Hey, the phone's ringing.
All right.
This is Super Valis 4. I've seen this game around a couple of times. I never played it as a kid. You gotta hold it up here. Man, God. Super Valis 4. God, you can't see anything. I need like a curtain. I need like a production studio and film crew and the whole 9 yards. But Super Valis 4, pretty dope game. It reminds me a lot of like Castlevania, where you just get like different power-ups and you play as like this chick and you roll around and beat the crap out of things. There's a tiger on the front of this. Can you guys see the tiger or just some stupid glare? Tiger. This is like a $35 pop skis. A lot of fun though. It's from, Atlas always makes good stuff. They make good games now. They made good games then. Super dope. Definitely. Super Valis 4. I don't know about 1 through 3. Can't speak to it.
Wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know.
Gaber said it's a great TurboGrafx/PC Engine series.
Oh, didn't even know that was on there.
Says our Turbo guy.
Wow. What? Wow. So, this is just a good one in particular because it always comes in on a game lot. if I can get it to go. Super Mario World. Most of the time we just have it on like kiosk, so that everyone can play it. So if you ever stop in the Altoona store, you'll probably
Get
play that
some.
one.
Yeah, you definitely hear the familiar terms of this.
Mm-hmm.
Couples plays this in his downtime. You know, what I mean, does like a level here and there. And we've been using the same cartridge. It's missing a label. Mike Carey drew like a Yoshi on it. You guys have probably seen it. So that way we can keep a copy in and still sell them to everybody that wants it. So on that copy, we have been trying to 100% it, and we found out that you could only... The complete is a 96% save file.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's
and we just did the really cool thing. So if you do... So you guys obviously know how to get to Star Road. Mm-hmm. And you can go around and you can get the different colored baby Yoshis, and you got to feed them and make them big size Yoshis. Cool. So if you get the last level, all the levels have secret entrances that either go to the warp point or to the next level. Except for the last one has a secret entrance that goes to the next level, or you can go up to like the super secret game. And it's got, what is it, Mikey? Like 4, I don't even know if he's watching. It's like 4 on each, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the names are like Awesome, Tubular, Radical, and things like that. And they're just like some pretty tough Mario levels. Really, really cool. So when you beat all of those, it gives you a warp point, like a Star Road warp point, which takes you back to Yoshi's Island. But all of the colors change. They call it the palette swap. So all the colors change. The Goombas become like the Koopas become little like Mecha Marios.
Oh, that's dope.
And the Goombas are something else, and the Fire Flowers are something else. And like the actual levels themselves, colors don't change, but the overworld map colors change. It's pretty cool.
See, I never actually beat the game.
The
like,
palette swap.
Far.
And we did all that, and we're still only at 93, so we must have missed like a secret exit somewhere to something stupid. And
that game's actually kind of difficult if you don't know all the secret. Like,
yeah,
for me,
dude,
I can't beat
huge game. So really cool thing. Mm-hmm. So I sent you that picture the other day in the group chat with me and couples, and it was Minecraft for the Switch my bud was playing. So like just for funsies, like I started noticing some things that were just like super dope. So I flew way up in the air and I looked down, and in the middle of the Super Mario Edition Minecraft is the overworld of Super Mario World. And I mean, like, you have Cheese Bridge and everything, and Donut Plains and Vanilla, what's it called? Vanilla Plains or Donut Land or whatever.
Donut Island, I think.
Something like that.
So, yeah. And
then the coolest part is Bowser's Castle, which is where it is in Mario World, has a portal in it. Yeah. And then you go to the Nether, which is Bowser's Castle.
That's awesome.
It's so dope,
That's so
dude.
Awesome.
And it just runs like a ton of Super Mario music. And yeah. Shout out to Amanda and William and Jeff and Gabers and Tyler and everybody else that has joined. What's up, dudes?
What is good?
I don't know what's so funny about saying the word funsies. But whatever. Yeah, Mario World. I can't believe we just talked that much about the game that's literally like the most common Super Nintendo game.
I mean, it's always in the
Star World? I don't know what your question is, Jose Safontes. I'm just taking a stab at that.
Sorry.
So sorry if I butched you, but...
Star World. Maybe he means the Yoshi World.
Yeah, like where it's like Star Road, and you go around and like there's 5 levels, and they're each the point of the star or whatever.
Maybe that's what.
And for the record, the purple Yoshi is the best because any turtle shell color that you eat gives you wings, like Red Bull.
That's awesome. I did not know that. Typical.
Classic.
Next good games that we got, which is the Donkey Kong series, which we did get 3, which I'm kind of shocked. But you have DK1, if I can even get
classic.
The classic. This is the OG right here. And then Donkey Kong Country 2.
Which is my jam. I love that game.
I love the music.
Oh.
In both. That's phenomenal.
There's nothing that gets me going more than the DKC2 soundtrack.
Absolutely. Either or, to be honest. But DK2 is definitely
3 has a really great soundtrack too. Everybody hated 3, and I liked it. I liked it a lot.
I thought it was complete. I mean, it's not
super different. Yeah. It was kind of like a blend of 2 with Dixie and 3 with Donkey Kong, because they brought back the puzzles and like the secrets of like, you know, you'd see those little indents in 1 and you would throw Donkey Kong up and let him crash into the ground and like pop out like one of the Kong letters or something like that.
Or like an extra life or something.
Exactly. And they brought that back in 3 with Kiddy Kong.
Yeah. I just like how they literally, it was Donkey Kong, Diddy, first one, Diddy and Dixie, the second one, and then, is it Dixie and,
Kiddy Kong.
Kiddy Kong, yeah. I just like how they just...
Yeah, you know...
Literally kept at least one.
I lay in bed a lot at night and just ponder at what glory we would have if Nintendo was actually able to secure Rareware. Well, I mean, we'd have Donkey Kong Country 4, we would probably have, like, a sequel to Conkers... we would have so much dope stuff, but then Microsoft had to go and ruin everybody's hopes and dreams. So
yeah, no.
What can you do?
No butcher on that one. No true jam over the moon hardcore.
What does that
Star
even
World,
mean?
I like 3.
See, Chris likes Donkey Kong 3.
Yeah,
it was good, man. Collecting banana birds. I really liked the secret world where like you had to play Simon Says. Chris, do you remember that? Where you would play like Simon Says with the crystals? Super cool.
Who's your favorite like little mini game character? Like whenever you had to collect the pieces to get the animals. I like the swordfish.
Ungard was his name. Yeah. I'm a big Rambi fan. The rhinoceros.
Yeah. The ostrich is kind of fun, but like he's kind of like hard
stretch. Yeah, no, I like the snake in 2 a lot too.
The snake was a lot. I'm trying to think of the other ones that were there. Oh, the frog. They had a frog.
Oh yeah, dude. I forget. What was that like in Donkey Kong Country 2? They had him like in a cage when you went and saw Cranky.
Yes.
And like in 3, one of my favorite things too. Anytime you would go to save, Wrinkly Kong would be there playing 64. It was so cool because the 64 was out. Yeah.
I like how they did that.
I agree.
That Donkey Kong Country series is so good.
Speaking of some of my favorite games. This Zelda game is held in... Gabe, you know, I'm back and forth on whether I'm going to pick up the Crash remake.
I'm probably going to
you know,
pick it up.
Somebody said that in our group chat earlier, like things that are tempting. I think it was either Couples or maybe Weeb. The spider, dude!
Yes. Chris knows.
Chris does know. Did you know that you could steer the webs that he shot? So dope.
Oh, man. So good.
Man, how did we forget about him?
I don't know. We got the frog, but we're going to get the spider.
A Link to the Past, tied to Link's Awakening for #1 Zelda game, in my opinion. And I, even after dumping 160 hours into Breath of the Wild, this and Link's Awakening still hold my favorite spots. Like, there's no second. Like, the next favorite would be Breath of the Wild at 3rd, because I can't pick between this and Link to the Past, or Link's Awakening. I'm sure we've talked about this game before. It's pretty common, plus I freaking love it. Great soundtrack, awesome art style. We actually got some of the reproductions, and I think we have a copy of Goddess of Wisdom, Parallel Worlds, and BS. Which is, you know, for those of you guys that don't know, they're still making new Super Nintendo games, and a lot of them are just, like, hacked, if you will, versions of, like, original games. Dog, maybe we could make Donkey Kong Country 4.
Oh, we need to do that. That's what I'm talking about.
I know nothing about programming, but I could play the hell out of some video games. Yeah, there's a Goddess of Wisdom. I think there's a Parallel Worlds in the back room. But I actually haven't played these, surprisingly. I really need to pick them up. I just have so much else to play that, like, you know, it's backburner stuff. And if I'm going to drop $30 on something, it's probably not going to be a repro right now.
Oh, yeah.
But really cool. If you guys are big Zelda fans, and especially if you like the certain styles of A Link to the Past, you'll love Goddess of Wisdom and Parallel Worlds. They're some of the best fan-made Zelda games out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Not Four Swords.
No, I said for sure. Oh, man. got.
Oh man, I cracked myself up. Somebody's got to.
Wow. Lost my train of thought. Next one we have is Super Mario All-Stars, which I'm sure we talked about.
Oh, guaranteed.
I mean, there's no butch there.
But those of you that maybe this is your first Live at 5, or you didn't have a Super Nintendo, or you're just like, what the heck is Mario All-Stars? This was a compilation that came out. And what up, Ryan? Are you still next door? Hey! Vertical vids. Yeah, you know, Colton, we tried to do some horizontals, and it just, it still sucks.
It doesn't look good.
It doesn't look great, and it's hard to stack our phones because we're both live on Facebook and Instagram. So we have them side by side so that both our beautiful faces could be in there. And, you know, you can butch us all you want, man. It is what it is. Can't help it.
Can't speak.
If you guys want to make donations to make Live at 5 a legitimate thing, or pay off Matt and I's college tuition, we're going to set up a jar.
Yep.
College fund and or Live at 5 production money.
We should just get a studio. Let's see some emojis on that. We should just get a studio for Live at 5.
What do you guys think about that?
I like that. But yeah, no, another game that came in the lot was that Super Mario All-Stars, which had 1, 2, 3, and Lost
Levels. You're right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which they called Lost Levels because, again, our simple Western minds, they didn't think could handle the sheer difficulty of the real Super Mario Brothers 2, which is what we know as Lost Levels. It's actually Super Mario Brothers 2 in Japan and the rest of the world as well, I believe. Mm-hmm. And we got what Japan refers to as Super Mario USA.
Yeah.
I know we've talked about this before,
yes.
Which was just Doki Doki Panic with a Mario reskin. Man, it's super light on this one, super dark on this one. Just can't win.
If you get a studio, I want a cameraman.
You could be the cameraman.
Yeah, there you go, Jeff.
You just can't make, like, weird vases at us and stuff while we're talking. So the other thing about this is what I was going to say while I was pondering it, is they actually, you can't get a box for it, but they did a combo cart that was Mario World plus Mario All-Stars. Now, as a child, that was the Super Nintendo set that I got that had the combo cart in it, and I never knew that they existed, just All-Stars. Like, I knew Mario World existed, but as a little kid, all the Far Cry you've been studying. Primal's on sale right now for $20, mm-hmm. Ryan. I almost popped on it.
I recommend it.
Let you rent Mega Man Legends in a PS1. I will sell you Mega Man Legends in a PS1, and then you could bring it back and trade it in when you're done. And we'll give you like 40 to 60% of what you paid for it back in cash money. But I'm not going to rent you anything. Blockbuster went out of business for a reason. Yeah, Mario All-Stars must have in your collection. The game's got a graphics rehaul as well.
Yeah, definitely did.
From the originals. And the button controls, I can't tell you how many times I've played Mario.
You can actually adjust them too. Like, I think on Mario 1, if you want to dash or, jump to be, B or A or something like that on the bottom, you can actually switch
and you
around.
Can save.
Mm-hmm. You can save on that one compared to the other ones.
Pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
Lastly on my list, I got a copy of Final Fantasy 2/4. Now, for anybody that is a fan of... I know Matt's probably like, what the hell are you talking about? So... Again, because the Eastern greats and the land of the rising sun thought that RPGs were really hard to sell over here. I think we talked about that too, where we like Dragon Warrior and Nintendo Power gave copies of Dragon Warrior away to try to make RPGs big in the West, because all we like to do is suck down our big gulps and Grand Max with extra max sauce and stuff, and we didn't have time to play awesome, mentally challenging video games like Final Fantasy. And plus, I don't think 1 did really well over here. So 2 and 3 came out on the NES, and then 4 came out on the Super Nintendo in Japan. but RPGs were starting to ramp back up in the era of the Super. Well, to not confuse us, again, because we're just simple, because we're in the West, they just dubbed it Final Fantasy II for us. But this is actually, to the rest of the world, Final Fantasy IV. You play as Cecil, the Dark Knight, and you go around and you're trying to kick ass and save the world. Basic Final Fantasy stuff. I think that this got a lot of notoriety because of the time frame that it came out. RPGs were just blowing up left and right. I think that the 16-bit era was the era of role-playing games. I mean, you had Earthbound and Secret of Mana and...
Legend of Zelda?
No.
No.
Well, I mean,
it's kind of like a...
But you had Final Fantasy 2 and 3, or 4 and 6, and Earthbound, I know I said that. Chrono Trigger was what I was going to say before you interrupted me because you're super rude. But, yeah, and it's always lovely to see just a Square logo and not the Squeenix logo after they merged. Because Enix put out a ton of great RPGs too, like Robotrek, and, there's some other stuff that I can't think of because we're live on the air, and, I suck. Can't speak to it. But, yeah, I mean, if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you've obviously played this. Yeah, you definitely can't play it now because that game's worth an obscene amount of money, Ashley. But, yeah, I love telling the story of how I got it from Blockbuster for $5. My mom didn't believe me. The Blockbuster lady said, I'm going to sell this to you at rental cost. Just don't bring it back. And I told my mom that. She's like, don't solve it. Blah, blah, blah. Why are you lying to me? We're paying late fees and this, that, and the other thing. So I sent her back in to get stuffed by the Blockbuster lady. And I got the game and the manual and the guide. $5. I should have asked for the box, but I was so tickled that I was getting this game and it was mine forever and ever. Amen. So, yeah, Final Fantasy 2. Come and check it out. This is not one that sits around long. I almost guarantee you this will be gone this weekend.
If not today.
Yeah, well, it's kind of slow today. But true. The day's not over. And another one. We just talked about this last week.
Yeah, that's why I was going to bring it up. Actually, I think we talked about it at the end of the live video, too. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken.
It was the last one.
Man.
Turtles in Time.
Man.
But we got another copy of
Turtles 4.
And we got a Super Game Boy.
R.I.P. Super. Wow, okay. Okay, that one rounds up. Whenever you put that one up.
Dude, I'm telling you, look.
Man.
Man, great minds, huh?
Great minds.
And we talked about the Super Game Boy like a week or two ago as well. So, just a lot of really great, you know what I mean? Everybody wants this stuff. The Donkey Kong Countries, the Zelda, the Marios and stuff. So, they come in and they go pretty frequently. What in tarnation?
Yes.
Good call, Gabers.
Good call.
But is there 31 days in June? I don't think so. Just 30. So you got a day and some hours tomorrow. Today. That's it. Wow. Man.
I believe.
Yeah, there's definitely not 31 days in June.
No.
So you got a few hours left to take advantage of these deals. Man, them buy one, get one. They've been hopping out of here like crazy today.
Man.
You grab an Xbox One or PS4, we give you a free game of your choice off the rack. And, Genesis with 2 rack games. Woo. 2 of them. Count them.
1,
2.
2.
But yeah, we'll definitely get you going. Stay tuned. We'll have a special for July for you at next live at 5.
Definitely.
And, yeah. I think that's all she wrote, bud.
Absolutely.
Man, can't flip it.
Can't flip.
anything, can't do right, since, because, pickles. So that's episode 40.
Yeah. We need a studio.
Yeah, I mean...
40 episodes.
God.
They're keeping us alive.
Man, I forgot my trivia. No, I mean, I ruined it.
Oh.
I was going to say, what is the main character of Final Fantasy 2/4?
Ice cold as ice piece.
Mr. Ice, cold as ice piece.
Yeah. Might need to do a new one.
I don't know. And I talked about the palette swap. Talked about the Mario Brothers USA. And I'm running out of...
Oh. Do you want to do the other name of that? I mean, we said it, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. Rest in peace. Just think a moment of silence.
Yeah. So... Entertain the folks for a little bit. I'm going to go pray about it.
What are you trying to pray on? What store credit?
Trivia we were going to
Trivia? Anyone have any ideas on trivia?
You can't ask them.
I know. Gotta get them going a little bit. I'm literally just entertaining by flipping through the games.
I got
Thanks, Jeff.
34.
Thank you. Appreciate that, bud. Mario. What was the first time we saw Mario? That's a good one. I like that one. When was the first time we saw Mario? That's what Ryan says. I think that's a good one.
Yeah, I'm with it.
You with it? Alright.
With it.
We're gonna go with that one. What game was Mario? What was the first time we saw Mario? Which game was that? $5 store credit. Let's find it out. Any last words, Nick?
Be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.
See you guys. Woo.